I.S.U.P.K.
God, the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge. Read.
God, I will also reject thee.
I will also reject thee. Meaning that's why you're on the bottom right now. Yeah, we're the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth. There's no doubt about that. The Most High has spoken that himself. Right. However, there's some things that you have to go through, you understand, in order for you to be redeemed. Read on.
God, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
Meaning that you won't be a priest to the Most High because we have forgotten his laws. You understand? When they brought us over here on cargo slave ships, they determined that they had to rob us of our heritage, of the knowledge of ourselves. And they put us into what we call chattel slavery. You understand what I'm saying? The transatlantic slave trade is in the Bible. You understand? Let me have Deuteronomy 28:68. Okay. Now, once they brought us over here, they put us through all types of atrocities, man. Things that have never even been mentioned. Most of our people don't even know half of the wicked things that happened to us. The science of gynecology came about when this so-called devil came up with the idea that he was gonna, learn this new science based on experiments that they did to the black woman. Right. He made a makeshift hospital in his backyard, and he didn't use no anesthesia or anything. That's right. And he created what they call the I don't know what you call it, I can't think of the name of it, but it, No. It was a device to look into the vagina. A speculum. And it was made from this big spoon. And he made it, and he used black women to experiment. And in New York City, in Central Park, they had a statue of him up until last year when the statue was removed. He's called the father of gynecology. Now, what am I talking about? What I'm going to try to bring out in this brief time is what you're suffering and why you're suffering. You know, in the Army, when you go to the Army and you fight in the wars, right? And you come back and they say that you have what they call post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what they say, that the men that fight in the war, that's what they suffer because the trauma of what they dealt with during the war. However, what I'm talking about today is called post-traumatic slave disorder. Is what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are suffering right now. And on top of that, it's in the Bible. And I'm going to explain a little bit to you. See, what is trauma? Trauma is when you suffer some overwhelming event, you understand, that causes psychological and emotional damage to the person that suffered this event. Right. You understand? So the events that we suffered is innumerable, meaning you can't count them. You understand? And this is why we're in the condition that we're in. We want drugs to medicate ourselves. We want alcohol to medicate ourselves. We want homosexuality to medicate ourselves. We have all these different choices that we make is because we're suffering. You understand? Psychologically and emotionally. And I'm going to show you this in the Bible. Read.
Okay, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness.
And the Lord shall smite thee with madness. What does that mean? When a person is mad, he's angry and he doesn't act rationally. He is mad. Read on.
Smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
And astonishment of heart. You understand? That's what you're suffering, man. You're so messed up in America that you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what's wrong with you. Why you in the condition you in? Why you want to take drugs? Why you want to take alcohol? Why you want to kill your children? Do you know since 1973 up until 2019 that black people, only blacks, this doesn't include Hispanics and Native Indians, aborted 19 million children. 19 million. That's 395,000 per year. Per year. So you have to be in a condition, a sick condition, to kill that many of your children. You understand? Read on.
Okay, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
You shall grope at, meaning that you'll be walking around aimlessly during the day like a blind man walking in the dark, not knowing where you're going. You understand? Not seeing the direction that you need to go. You understand? But here in the I.S.U.P.K, our mission, our job is to try to put as many of our people as we can back on track by coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna. That's what we out here for. We out here because we love our people. You understand? There's no other reason why we're out here. We don't want nothing from you. You understand? But for you to return to the Most High Power. That's all we want. Come into the I.S.U.P.K. Come up here, get a flyer, and return to the Most High Power. Read on.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy way.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy way. The brother brought out earlier that we've been over here for over 400 years. And all these new nations that came here since 1964, you understand? When they were allowed to start bringing these other people over here. You understand? They've come into our communities and siphoned the wealth out of our communities and built up their communities. That's what it's talking about. Read on.
God, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled. What is spoiled? Meaning that you're ruined, destroyed. You understand? That's the psychology that's been implanted in your mind in America. You understand that you're worthless. You understand? And the Most High allowed this to happen to us because we turned our backs on Him. Now let me have Deuteronomy 28:32. You understand? What I'm talking about here is called post-traumatic slave disorder. When the man comes from the army, when he comes from the army, he gets treatment to help him get better. You, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, First Nation people, you have not received any kind of treatment for the disorder that's running rampant in your community. You don't even know that you're out of order. You think that you're less than because they've convinced you that you're less than, but you're not. You're the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth and the most beloved of the Most High God. And He's going to prove it to you if you just listen. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Your sons and your daughters are given to another people. What's more traumatic than that? Have you ever known a person or met a person that lost their children? Hell yeah, you have. We lose them all day long, every day. Trayvon Martin. You understand? All of these young brothers and sisters that have been murdered by the oppressor here in America, and their families and their people mourn for them. You understand? Read on.
God, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long.
Have you ever lost a child or a loved one? Or have they disappeared and you don't know where they are? Or have they deceased before the time that you thought they would be here? And you long for them? This is a specialty for black people, for Hispanic people, for Native Indian people. We've lost so many people that we begin to be numb to it. You understand? Read on.
God, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
And you don't have no power to do anything about it. That's what no might in thine hand will be. That's it on that? Give me verse 34. Now, what we're talking about is the psychological damage that our people are suffering here today. Not yesterday, but every day. You understand that we're suffering here in America, that we can't look in the mirror and love ourselves. We can't look at our brother or our sister and love them. You understand? Because we are convinced that they're less than, and this is done purposely. This is not an accident. You understand? This comes from the oppression that we're under, and this is purposely done to destroy you because you are God's chosen people. When the Most High pronounced us as his chosen people, all the nations of the earth began to hate us. That's a fact. Read.
God, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes.
Thou shalt be mad for the things that you see every day. You see your brothers and sisters suffering every day. Every damn day. There's not a day go by that we don't see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians suffering in this kingdom. Every day. You understand? That's what it's talking about. In some shape, form, or fashion, they're suffering. You understand? Either, you know, they're on drugs, they're on alcohol. You understand? Either they're gay. The woman don't get along with the man, the mother don't get along with the daughter, the father don't get along with the son. It's something. And all of these things are in this scripture. Read.
Come. Verse 35. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed.
Okay, so meaning like, okay, we suffer from all these diseases. We got gout, arthritis, all of these things, but also it means that we won't be able to bring anything good from it, meaning that we won't prosper from it. You understand? We won't be able to do things correctly. That's what the word botch means. Remember, you ever heard the term, he botched it up, meaning he messed it up. Right. Meaning that everything we try to do other than serve God, we're going to mess it up. You understand? That's what it's talking about. Any more on that? Read on.
Come. From the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
From the sole of thy foot to the top of thy head. Meaning that we have all kind of ailments and nothing works right for us, man. Because we are God's chosen people and we have to suffer this punishment. You understand? In order for us to relearn or to return to the Most High and learn who we are. That's our job in the I.S.U.P.K, to make sure that we tell our people. You understand? We're commanded to do this, to let you know who you are. You understand? So maybe one day you'll wake up and you'll look in the mirror and you say, damn, the Most High God does love me. Right. You understand? I am of the chosen people. You understand? And maybe I should return to my God. You understand? And if we do, he has promised us rulership over this earth.